Good evening, hockey fam. We are back. This is a very, very special episode of the Two Brothers One Puck podcast. I'm Nick,
I'm Justin,
and
we're
we're
the
the Davidson
Davidson
brothers.
brothers.
Okay, so wow, yeah, that was smooth, man.
We're getting better at it.
This will
It's
probably
just
be the
it's there
last
now
episode I talk about it, but
because it's
like
there
that
now.
that felt good. Now, yeah, we took a little bit of hiatus. Obviously, with our season being over, there was just kind of less for us to talk about, and obviously, we were waiting for a very special guest of ours, and he works opposite, like his shift changes each week, swing shift. So, yeah, this was the episode we wanted to come back, maybe build up a little bit of hype, a little bit of excitement. But enough of my rambling. Without further ado, we're gonna pull up our good friend, producer Frankie, to the show. Come on in here, Frankie.
Oh, it's actually producer Spidey tonight. We're changing things up a little bit.
Oh,
We're playing with little stats. All right, it's Halloween over here. All right, the ghouls and goblins are out, and I was cleaning up, going through my hockey bag, and I boy, I mean, there's a lot of memories with the old Spidey outfit. So we're rocking it like producer Spidey. Everything else.
producer Spidey. Wow. I mean, let's be honest. I can't remember like Spidey being on like the big and tall club. He was more of like a littler guy.
He is a little guy, and that's okay.
We
That's okay.
we got the multiverse. Producer Spidey.
I'm just, I was just trying to
the
do
double
that.
glasses. The double glasses. Get the fuck out of here.
My man pulled a pair of glasses off and have another pair.
I know, the-
Producer Frankie Splash, producer Spidey. Let's hear what you got for us today. What do we got going on in the world of Chirping Pucks media?
Oh, we got a lot, man. What a busy day it was. Articles distributed. We got breaking news, future plans, and we're gonna get into a little bit right now. But of course, producer notes is sponsored by Pro Edge Hockey Analytics, providing elite level player evaluation, video analysts, and development for teams and players from youth to men's league. Check out our guy Brian. I gotta get a hold of him too, by the way. I didn't get into the website the other night. I don't like that. But Pro Edge Hockey Analytics, make sure you give him a shout out. But a little bit of producer notes. Good to see the boys back. Obviously when the season ends, it's good to take that time off, enjoy it, recuperate, play little threes. But we got some good things. First, I got to do a big mention here. Last Wednesday, me and Nick go down to the University of Penn, 1923's rink, and we did a live show with Mike Petroselli. Big shout out, big special thank you to Mike Rao, the rest of the UPenn crew for the last week's live podcast episode. We're super pumped for the future. We had a great time. They had the little gifts for us, and it was cool. They made us feel right at home. It was the first time that Nick got to be there. Obviously, we get you there over there to see, check out the ring too, Justin. It was a cool experience, and it was cool to have Nick there doing some producing and stuff like that. But definitely your take, real quick, that Nick, you want to say something?
Yeah, no, I just want to say like the staff was super hospitable. I mean, we walked into a swag bag, which was like super sick. It made it feel real official, made me feel important for the first time in my life. And it put a little bit of levity in the situation because like the building when you walk in, there's definitely like an aura to it, like definitely old school gladiator style, like night like the miracle vibe for sure. But yeah, definitely shout out to them. They take great care of that facility, great ice. Looking forward to doing more stuff with them. So yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, we certainly will be. I mean, we had a big meeting today, so we'll have an announcement coming soon about a future event with our with some good friends. We had a meeting earlier today. I'll just throw it up here. Christian Davidson, checking in. That shirt has to be AI generated. I could take it off for you if I want me to, buddy. Speaking of get taken off, QR code. We got the Stars Instagram up there. They are 9 spots away from 500. We're gonna do a huge giveaway if they get to 500 by the end of the show. And the giveaway, you get the giveaway right here. The giveaway comes, and listen, it's a big giveaway. So make sure you follow that, scan that QR code. 9 followers away. Comment in and let us know that you did it. Mama checking in. Hi, boys. Hello, Mom. Oh, appreciate you checking in. But back to our producers' notes. We gotta love Mom. Always love Mom. We made a couple announcements today. Our small business of the month, Penelope Fox Art Studio, the first one that we did. We launched just a little bit ago. We had some conversations, and this is what we decided. Absolutely. Well, appreciate the fans checking in to say hello. We're super pumped up. We'll be sitting down with the owner of Penelope Fox this week to do a little interview, go over some of the things that she has going on, and we're definitely excited for that. So we'll be promoting them. Listen, you want to do a little art studio? Maybe the boys, maybe the Corn Stars. Little decompressing time. Nothing wrong with a little paint and sip, boys.
Okay.
Okay. You never that could get us over the hump.
I'm more of like a paint and puff. I've done a couple paint and puffs, and honestly, it is a good time.
I have no artistic talent, so I'll stay away
You could
from
paint
that.
me like one of your French girls.
guy.
Sponsors. We
No.
love our sponsors. Absolutely. Thank you so much to all of our sponsors for the showcase. We got Patrev Handyman Services. Always love when you guys check in. Kim Bancroft, one of the hottest real estate agents around, sold the house and helped us buy the house. JD Pool and Spa. I gotta get a hold of that little guy. Well, he's not little, but I gotta get a hold of him through my pool. Spartan goaltending. Good old Brian Santora checking in, and of course, Pro Edge Hockey Analytics. Always appreciate everything they do. The showcase. We're making moves. So we have a big announcement that we're going to be making. Should I make it now? I'll save it. Because I want to juice this one up a little bit. But we're pumped up. We had a special guest coming into the showcase. But a couple events around the area. Wrote an article about them today. Led hockey teaming up with UHL 4-on-4. I mean, it's just an incredible experience. You get the article I just wrote out about these guys too. Absolutely incredible stuff. We have our local charity special events for special kids. These guys we're gonna have them at the showcase. The kids are gonna be there, hanging out, having a good time. Really excited about that. It's gonna be a family affair. And listen, nothing wrong with a little family affair. That being said, I believe that we're pretty much good. Showcase once again, June 12th, 13th, and 14th. Our guest below will be up here soon. He's asking, hey, what's the dates? Frankie, what's the dates? Oh, there's the dates there, Pat. Make sure you get
There's the dates and the.
You know what? I'll break some news.
All right.
You guys want to break some news?
Good. Break it.
Do what you want to do, brother.
All right, let's break some news. The first game is announced and scheduled. We got to wait for this game to get scheduled because we have some special people that are involved with this one, but it's official. I spoke to him today, and the first game, it's not going to be on Friday, but the first game officially scheduled is going to be the No Sad Bros versus the Chirping Pucks, June 13th at 11:30, with a special ceremony puck drop with none other than my good friend Nick McElwain, formerly with WWMR's Preston and Steve show, big hockey guy. Nick's coming down, dropping the first puck, hanging out with the crew. So we're gonna have a little affiliation there. But Nick's coming down, dropping the puck. We spoke today. He's headed to England. We're gonna hook up on the 8th. He picked the date, signed, sealed, delivered. Nick's going to be there hanging out with us to cheer on the No Sad Bros team, which is the more affiliate team. So big announcement. We'll be putting that out there again, but you heard it here first on the Two Bars, One Puck podcast. We're going to have Nick McElwain down there hanging out with us. I'm pumped, boys. We're right there, dude. Let's go. Let's check out one more comment here.
It's getting close.
Jen Robinson, we were just mentioning business. Always good to see you. Thanks for checking in as always. I'm going to throw it back to the boys now. Once again, make sure you're following Two Brothers, One Puck podcast. I mean, the boys are on fire. I mean, I feel like they've been doing it forever, and it's only been a couple months, but they are absolutely cruising and greasing. Follow them on social media, part of Chirp Pucks Media. Follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, maybe even browsers. You never know where we're going to be. Well, let's throw it back to the boys here, and I'll give you back to Justin Davidson. Well, you never know. I'm all for sponsorships, boys. But back to you.
Times are now, yeah. So this is a very special episode for us. This guy with the freaking voices. No, because we obviously we talked about our journey into hockey, and obviously now our more current conversation is through the U, and obviously we give you like a lot of their flowers and we shout them out. But in reality, it started off on like with me just going on a couple of Facebook pages looking for a team, and I have this gentleman, John Hooverman, reach out to me and say, hey, we're looking for some players if you're interested.
You should have seen my face when he told me, because I asked him, well, what's the team name?
Yeah, I mean, and then I said, well, it's the South Jersey Corn Stars. And I went on who, as we know, who's Facebook page, and I pulled up the logo and I said, this is the logo. I said, but you got to admit the jerseys are kind of sick. And then like I let him know, like, hey, I got a brother who like I've kind of been twisting his arm for the past couple of months. He's interested in playing if you have the position. And he said, what the hell? So bring your brother. But so that's kind of the background of how we met the guy. But without us rambling more about it, let's hear from the man himself.
Bring him in.
Big Hoove, the captain of the Corn Stars himself. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Boys, hello.
There he is. Let's get a
Oh, Captain, my captain.
I mean, shout out to the captain himself. I mean, obviously we didn't get the result we wanted this year, but I felt like this was one of those years where we really felt like we belonged. It started to click, and we had definitely some bright spots.
The sparks were there.
But before we get into the corns, let's just start with you. How did you get into hockey? Whether it's a person, place, or thing, a game that you went to as a young kid, a family member, what got you into hockey, and what kind of put you into the position of actually playing it yourself?
Well, first off, real quick, I got to backtrack a little bit to Frankie's opening statement. Frankie, if you take off that Spidey shirt, which is skin tight, by the way, you take that off, I might have to come over there and arrest you for indecent exposure in the old MCU. All right, so let's keep the shirt on. All right, we don't need to see all that. This is a family show. All right, my man.
Public space.
Given the name of the team and everything, we need to keep this at least PG-13. But now I got into hockey when I was young. Actually, watching Eric Lindros play for the Flyers when I was young. When he first came to Philly, my dad was a Flyers fan. We'd watch him. Yeah, Justin, you and your Pens. Yeah, whatever. Get out of here.
Yeah.
But now I watched Lindros, and then watching Lindros, and then when the Legion of Doom came together with LeClaire, and from then on, I was hooked. I wasn't allowed to play ice hockey though. My dad wouldn't let me. My parents wouldn't let me. But they let me play roller hockey though. So I used to have games. We get done school, everybody come over to my house. Would be a big roller hockey game in the back of my house. So I grew up playing roller, and I've really only been in ice now since we were Dexter. So I've only been on the ice now for a few years, but yeah, my love from the game came from watching the old Eric Lindros days of the Flyers.
And like I have to say, as somebody who doesn't consider himself a Flyers fan, but just being from the local area, been to games, I've watched teams, I've even seen players develop through the Phantoms. That was a good squad. I mean, it was a good squad to watch. I mean, even Justin, you overall, as a Penguins fan,
it was a good squad.
You can admit, like the Lindros, LeClaire, like you start getting the Reckies and all those guys in on the team, and it was just like, okay, like the Flyers are exciting hockey. But they too kind of had this is something we're leading into a little bit with the Corn Stars. They too just had a problem with they were a good squad. Everybody knew they were competitive. It was the getting over the hump part of their season that they just seemed to not have that last leg that
Teams
every
have
other
stuck
team
with Philly for a very long time now.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely not an easy thing. So I mean, we could talk about the Flyers all day long, but we're gonna get into some Corn Star stuff. So we have our take, but obviously you're the captain. We're always going to go to you first. What do you think is the missing piece, or is there not a missing piece? Is there just bad luck? What's really missing from the Corn Star roster that we really need to get us through these tough games?
I don't think it's a missing piece, really. I think it's just more of, people got to find ways to contribute more. We've relied on Justin a lot and Chucky a lot over the last season for coming up big, scoring goals and everything. I think it's more just we need more broader out people to score instead of just always having to rely on Justin or Chucky. We get it here and there, but those were our main two guys. So, if we're able to do that, we can make the scoring. Everybody can contribute. Take some pressure off of Chucky and Justin. I think that gets us over the hump right there.
Yeah, I actually kind of I share that sentiment, honestly, to be honest with you, because my counterpart here. I've watched him play hockey our whole lives, and I get on him because a lot of times when there's a need for a goal, he gets in the habit of feeling like he's got to do it all himself. Whereas if we're in positions where more people are contributing throughout the game, and when that time comes, there's a little bit more calm, a little bit more poise, a little less like need to do it myself feeling. Where it's like, okay, as a team, we can get to this goal. I mean, and like you guys find a way of. It's always important on the team, but like what Hoove said is really, really important is like we got to find a way to score when you're not having a good game.
Mm-hmm.
Or Chucky, love you, Chucky, but 1 of 5.
1 for 5.
Chucky's bound to have the yips where he tends to start missing the net, missing a little high. Granted, Chucky's been hot fire lately. We've been out of the Sixes circuit. You got to see his playoff performance, but like I've been playing with him in threes, and in threes he's been lighting it up. But even still, like there are moments where like he might fall off that wagon a little bit, and we got to find a way other teammates to contribute as well.
I mean, I'll say you can't stay hot all season. I mean, at the end of the day, you just can't do it. I mean, I had bad games this season, 100%. I started off this season absolutely horrendous, if I remember. I didn't have a goal for like the first 4 games. So it was a rough start. But I mean, I'm not going to drop too much news because who's the captain. But I think with, the way we're building our team now, I think with some recent movement, I think we'll be A-okay. I think that scoring distribution will definitely start to go throughout the lines, and it'll be nice.
Some mixture of old and new faces. So like, some guys you didn't get to see last season returning back to the Corn Stars, and some guys that we're just kind of adding through mutual, relations.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely looking forward to it because like we're there. I mean, everybody in this room can admit we're there. I looking back on it, now that the tears are dried and I'm not sad about it anymore. That Moose series was like that's playoff hockey.
It was phenomenal hockey.
It was
dude, that was great hockey.
2 of the 3 games went to OT. Oh yeah. All 3 of them were a 1-goal game decision.
That's exactly where it should be.
That's how hockey should be. But but what's what are some things like do you think also is there like maybe some matchup issues that we're seeing with the team, or maybe it's sometimes we get in our own heads where there's a little bit of a mental block where like when the games become important, we all kind of start to really spaz out a little bit?
I think it's definitely the mental aspect. Guys get a little too hard on themselves. Now, obviously, you're going to run into the mismatches and everything of the lines. If you're caught out, you're a slower line. You're going to get caught out there with a faster, better line. It just is what it is. That's what happens in the NHL. I think a lot of it is we let some guys let emotions take over, and it just gets them out of rhythm. And then next thing you know, they're squeezing the stick too hard. Yes, you too. You're squeezing the stick too hard. You think you got to do it yourself or whatever. So I think if we could keep our composure and just let the game ride. I mean, obviously there's moments where you do got to go all balls, walls, fucking get in there, do whatever you got to do. But at the same time, we got to learn. Can't let the shit get to us all the time.
Yeah. Go ahead, Frankie. You got some input? We'd like to hear your take on this.
Yeah, absolutely do. Been playing against Hoove now since I started. I mean, back when it was Team Dexter, and what an incredible team that was. I mean, having the opportunity to go up against them and seeing just the kind of talent and the way they played together. I mean, you're talking about a team that was filled with Graydon, with Shu, with Ryan was playing on the team. I mean, just loaded with talent. And when the Corn Stars started and the franchise was rebranded, they came in, went to the championship, already setting the tone, picking right up from all the bad blood with the previous team and letting them know that they're still there. People seem to forget that it was only 2 seasons ago that this team was absolutely decimated mentally and physically with the players on the team. I mean, you had your leader who really was one of the founders of it. Your goaltender had to walk away. Granted, he played a gold game, which I always love giving him shit for. Let's do something for Leeds. Open shirts, boys. Leeds. But there we go. But and within one season, the team, that's when I was really subbing with you guys when you guys were so short, and just Charles trying to find that identity again. I mean, it's at the point now. It's like, well, we lost this player, then Santor couldn't play. This play, Shu could stop playing, and it's like you literally have to rebuild your team. And only 2 seasons ago, we were last place team with 1 or 2 wins, and now you guys are fighting again back for the championship. So I got to give the kudos all the way around for the boys and for you, Hoop, just to kind of rebound very quickly, especially how competitive the division's getting. I mean, we've been in division now for some time. We've seen when the Hastings effect went into effect, and next thing you know, you had to bring players. You had to bring players to the team. And the ones that were complaining were the ones that were just like, well, we're playing. Well, guess what, man? Sorry, I think the rules are changing, respectfully. It kind of turned out to be one of the most competitive divisions around. But I just had to give those flowers real quick, obviously, to start with Team Dexter, and just an incredible team. And where you guys are now, I'll touch on one more thing, too, just because I had a few things I want to say, but I know you guys were in a good conversation. School, I mean, Chucky and Justin are absolutely crushing it. Having that secondary scoring is definitely important. But like I said, the mental aspect of it, and I'm not going to call him out because I just want to give him some flowers. But Nick Stavely's pretty hard on himself. And I think if he settles it down and just kind of keeps that composure, I've seen what he could do during the playoffs. I mean, me and Nick have talked about it all there and said, like, I mean, second and third effort, he wasn't giving up. He was tired of the shit. He's like, I know I could do better. And he had an incredible game. I mean, he got pickpocketed. And guess what? He turned around, darted back to that guy, and pickpocketed him and set the puck up the ice for an express, dude. It was like, let's fucking go. That's that second effort. And everybody's game enhances when it comes to the playoffs. But he's got a lot of potential, and I think that he just has to see it. Okay? I think he's got to get that confidence up. He's a good player, and he's a good teammate. And
that he is.
Hard on himself. He is. And he always get a little hard on himself. But you guys are right there. And I just wanted to put that input out there.
Well, if Stavely needs to see himself, I do subscribe still to Live Barn, so we can do some video sessions and everything, and we can get him right then to where he could do that.
Yeah. We'll check him. Make sure he's okay. I know he didn't want Brian to give him a grading. Oh, Brian, I don't want no grading. Well, it comes with the fucking registration, pal.
You kind of touched on it too, because that timeline that you were mentioning for the Corn Stars, where I believe that they finished 2-10 was the final. That was the season that me and Justin jumped on for like the last 3 or 4 games.
I played the last 4 games of that season, and I remember what you said to me was, I found the team, the Corn Stars. I laughed, and he said, "Look, the guy said we could play the last 4 games of the season, no charge, just to try out and see if we like it." So I said, "All right, let's go." And I think the first game we played with the Corn, we ended up beating the Yeti.
Yeah, beating the Yetis.
And the game was ended like 4 minutes before the third period finished.
And so full circle moment because of the threes now. I found out it was AJ Cicerone, I believe I'm saying his name, Cicerone's grandfather or father, who got the game ended early. He's very, very
I remember that. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
So that was
our first taste of the U and our first taste of being on the Corn. But I'll say, like, obviously, like, we're newer, not newer to hockey. We've been off the ice for a while, and coming onto a team that was, like, kind of getting beat up on. Like, yeah, it was rough to like learn the game again in this fashion. But one thing that made us say, like, dude, we're sticking this out was like the locker room and the atmosphere and the guys. And like, obviously, big shout out to you, Who, for like setting that tone. But like, I mean, obviously, we could sit here and rip off like all the guys in the locker room. But I will say, I don't go into other guys' locker rooms, but I love the Corn Stars locker room, and I like to even challenge it and say we're one of those guys where like I feel like our locker room is so tight, and like even where maybe we're not as talented as other teams, that tightness kind of pushes us through in those hard games.
That extra chemistry that we build in the locker room, just because we are actual friends. Like, I look at everyone here. These guys are my friends who I play hockey with. I mean, enjoy a good time.
So that just makes it that much better for us. Is like we get to enjoy the game we love, and now we're getting to meet guys who make it fun to play with.
Right, and that was like one of the selling points back on that message that you put when I got you to come on. It was just like, dude, our locker room is great. Like, who cares if we get blown out or if we win? Everybody comes back. They don't hang their heads or nothing. We come back. We crack open a few beers. We shoot the shit. And that's what the locker room is for. It's not. We're not NHL players. We don't get paid to play. You had a bad game, shut up, open a beer or smoke dude, whatever you want to do, relax and open up. Be with the boys in the locker room. That's basically what it's all about. And and that's all what I can say, man. I think our locker rooms. I think our locker room's the best because everybody is friends. Nobody's quiet. Everybody has something to say, which is good.
Oh, everybody talks. Everybody talks to everybody. It's wonderful.
Yeah, but I mean, with that being said, like I definitely we've talked about the past and like obviously with the season ending the way it did, not in the fashion we wanted. I do still think that if any team were to make it to that championship game against the Yetis, that would have gave them a run for their money. It would have been us. That's not a diss to the Moose. Like I'll tell you what, I went to that finals game and I made sure to shake a lot of those guys. Like they played hard and like they played hard against us. Like they're at no point did I feel like that team was a slouch.
Mm-hmm.
But there's just something about like I feel like we had the Yetis number. So
Yeah.
like and like now that
Different play style, to be completely honest,
Yeah.
is really what it is.
and like look, I know I catch a lot of flack for playing with them on the threes league. But like I even say it to them in their locker room. Like I let them like I'm in their locker room chirping them. I'm like, look, you guys enjoy it, congratulations, but just know like come April 12th, it's a different season. Like we're not going anywhere. Like you're not getting rid of us.
Nah.
I don't care. 9 teams can join, and we're still going to be right on their heels every season. And like that's something I know me and him take a lot of pride in. And like the more we play with them, the more it makes us want to be like that because it, like you said, Hoove, I've been pushing this a lot on this podcast. This isn't the NHL. Like I want to be able to have relationships with these guys and crack jokes with them on the ice and not be a fucking dickhead and have like this grimace and be mad at each other. Like we're all a bunch of Joe Schmoes having some fun on our free time. We should be able to laugh with one another. It doesn't have to be a war all the time. You can play hard hockey and not be off the whole game.
Right, yeah. Go out there, leave it on the ice. You get off the ice, it's done, it's over with. Go crack a beer, do whatever you got to do, relax, and shoot the shit, dude. Or exactly. We're not NHL players. Go out there. Get what you got on the ice, leave it out there. Get back in the locker room. It's done. Whatever happens, it's done. It's over with. And move on.
Good, Frank. I see you have a take on this as well. Oh, did we lose him? We might have lost him.
Oh, froze.
Yeah, absolutely. Just to go back a step ahead, real quick. No problem. We're back now. Talk about the Moose. When I first came into the league, that's what I played for. I started with the Moose. Obviously we had our battles. I'll tell you something about the Moose. We never had that over the top guy. We never had like that real skilled player. I mean, Sean early on would turn on a little bit, but I mean, obviously he had his own agenda, like to stop playing good and so he can stay in Rusty. Disrespectfully. Way to ruin the integrity of the sport. But we played well together. We had guys like Rob Spaeth. It was great centerman. Knew where to be. Obviously he ended up getting injured. He just came back from an injury. If you remember when Bill had pulled him down from the back and he tore his whole leg. But similar to the Corn Stars. I mean, that's why we're pretty neck and neck all the time. Like when we had that big fight, which was a great time, by the way. I don't care what anybody says. It was a doozy, an absolute doozy all the way around. We ended up seeing you guys in the championship, and we knew because we were so close. You guys had some skilled players. I mean, Graydon was a difference maker, but he wouldn't go full throttle. He was a good skater. You guys were right there with us, and that's why we ended up going to. You guys scored that goal in overtime. We beat the Wolves. Jerry stayed home. I took lead of the team. I looked at Pelicone and was like, dude, we're fucking winning this game. And that was when the Wolves were fucking good. I mean, the Wolves, people forget, you guys are playing the silly Wolves right now, unfortunately. But a couple seasons ago when we first started, the Wolves were fucking good, man. I mean, Eli was an incredible goalie, and they just kind of like everybody kind of just fell off.
Matt and everything too. Yep.
Oh, Matt.
Matty.
That's his uncle, dude. That's his uncle.
Oh, that's his uncle.
Matty Eichmann?
Shit. Yeah.
Wow.
Silver. I they were brothers.
Nah. I mean, they always had a great crew too. But it was always so close. But the Moose were always just that real quiet team that just ended up playing well. And then when Sean took all the players, I stuck with Jerry for one more season, and he started to bring in some additional ones, and that's when Dave Bilodeau came in. What a great player he ended up being, dude. A good leader, real good player. Like he was able to find people similar to the Corn Stars. The team kind of got decimated, different reasonings, but just kind of touching on the Moose were just a very quiet team, just really, really good skilled team. Plus their goaltending. I mean, the goaltending in the Rusty division is absolutely incredible. I mean, I'm not going to touch it with some of the goalies that are up top, but I mean, there's some really good, talented goalies the last 2 seasons in the U with Leeds, with Smyers, Les from the Shakas. Christian Davidson. His game's obviously improving. There's goaltending has gotten much better in the league. But just wanted to touch on the Moose real fast, just to kind of give some back end to that, because just playing with them and seeing how they matched up against the Corn Stars / Dexter. It was always very, very close battles. But I mean, I knew every game was going to be a battle with them. Like we talk about, going home, having a couple beers after the game, whatever. Well, we knew when we played Dexter, Hoovy, it was a whole nother field, brother, wasn't it? It was a whole nother mentality. And you had to play that mentality. Team Dexter had a rep, and you had to rock that rep, because if not, Big Vit would fucking come get your ass.
Hey, you ain't lying. Hell yeah, Brad and old Big Brett would come down and friggin' kick you out if you didn't play up to it. But no,
I got to give them a shout out. Shout out to both of them, to the Vitorini family. Still good friends with them. Still talk to them today. They're just good guys. Good, diabolical on the ice. I'd hate to be on the bad side, but I'm so glad I'm on the good side.
Yeah, you ain't lying. Yeah. That's for sure. Yeah, Brad's actually the one that got me into ice hockey. He talked me into playing for Dexter, because I was on the fence about it. I was like, man, I don't know. Like my son's in hockey now too. Yeah, he's just like, come out and play. I was like, all right, you twisted my arm hard enough. Like, all right, F it, I'll do it.
If not, Big Brother was coming to twist it.
No.
Well, Frank, you touched on it a little bit, and that kind of segues us into our next topic. Is really the backbone of the team. Like I know you touched on it about the transition from now. Obviously, me and Justin weren't a part of the transition from Dexter to the Corn Stars, but we know Leedsy was a big part of that transition. He was unfortunately moved up because they felt like he was too good for the team, too good for Rusty Plus. Which, I mean, he's an outstanding goaltender, and we're truly blessed to have him as our goaltender. But I mean, there's plenty of other goalies that are right in like the same tier as him. We've talked about it a little bit. I'll say it again. If there's one position where I don't have a problem with someone playing a little bit, it's a goaltender, only because it can only make everybody else on the ice better. I mean, it only makes everybody else on the ice better. And yeah, like a goalie could kind of make it hard to succeed in the game, but a goalie can't really take the game over either. Like if a team is talented enough and they're moving the puck well enough, they'll be able to get it past a good goalie.
That'll outweigh that.
But having a good goalie makes it easier to challenge, or makes it harder, makes it more challenging for players to elevate their game, to actually pick their spots, whether just shooting it down and hoping that it gets through. So with that being said, I mean, Leeds, dude, we love that kid. And I will say, like, we talk about the personality. Oh, go ahead, Frankie.
No, I never mean to interrupt you. I've absolutely finished your take. I just want to touch on one thing. The most unfortunate part about the thing with Leeds is that he got booted because he subbed in the gold level game and played pretty good. It sucked because he got that experience, but once Steve and the commissioner saw that, that's how he got removed. And correct me if I'm wrong, Hoov. It was like one of those like fortunate circumstances. It's not like he was absolutely shutting everybody out in
that season. Well, we were still rusty then. It wasn't this Rusty Plus. We were still rusty. And the year he got kicked out, our defense, the championship team with Dexter, which ended up being the same team as the first year for the Corn Stars, our defense was lights out. I mean, Leedsy is an all-star, but we were making him even look like a superstar just because of how good our defense is. And like there was points he was only taking. He was only taking maybe 20 shots a game. At that point in time when he got booted, and we pleaded our case, but obviously we lost anyway. But
It was like gold game,
But
man. He played well in that gold game.
Yeah, and then but then we had Mel step in, and Mel stepped in and didn't miss a freaking beat that year. You know,
Yeah, she played. Mel was great.
Mel was great, and Mel's worst season was our season that we went 2-10, and it wasn't Mel's fault. She stood on her head.
No.
We just couldn't get guys to show up that year. You know, so
because I mean, that was the season I showed up. But I played defense now, but at the time, I wasn't really a true defenseman. I mean, I have the mind for it, but I wasn't really strong on my feet. And I was like, oh my God, like this is a nightmare to get thrown right on defense. And like it showed why, because like you guys just couldn't get defensemen to show up and just play.
Yeah, that was the thing. It was just like you looked at me because I'm a forward. Or like, well, unless you want my fat ass on defense, which ain't good, I'm gonna have to need you. I need you back there. He was just like, all right, and then, dude, you're one of the better ones on the team, man. You're the backbone back there for the backbone. So,
oh yeah,
man. Well, I mean, with a goalie like Leeds, like let's talk about like his personality, because every goalie has an interesting personality. But sometimes, dude, like I look back there, and like Eeyore, man, he looks so sad, and like now I'm like, dude, like what did I do wrong? Like did I disappoint him? Did I let him down? And he's like, no, you're fine. And I'm like, all right, well, dude, like smile a little bit. Like we're having fun out here. He's focused.
Hey, he's in the moment, man. He's in the moment.
Yeah, look, and like he's got something rare. Like I mean, out of all the goalies that we play against, I would give him the C's, the triple C's, the cool, calm, and collected. I mean, you watch him back there; he's laser focused. Now, granted, when he gets that exhale of breath and he goes to the bench in between periods, we're like, "Whoa, where the fuck did this guy come from?" Because he's giving us the business. You know what I mean? But then once that whistle blows and he's back in the net, it's back to cat eyes. That's what I call it, cat eyes. He definitely has probably the best focus.
Leeds will be back there talking with the host. I caught him doing that when I did photos for the boys sometimes. He was literally talking to the host. He would go next to them and start talking to them. It was absolutely incredible.
Yeah, them and like obviously we do know in the past, like with losing Leeds, we had Mel step in, and then there's a chance, we know this season with him, joining our armed services. Shout out to Leedsy for serving our country. We might lose him for a little bit for training. So like we're going to be in another position where it's like, all right, well, that only means that we really need to tighten our roster up, because whoever we end up calling on, we know, like I know I tried to shout it out earlier. We got a couple of free agents that we're pretty close with. Christian Davidson, free agent, shout out.
Yep, and
Les Del Topo from the Shakas, he is also a free agent. So I'm just kind of throwing that out there. Obviously, if we're in a pinch, we're going to be giving these guys a call. But if another team is in need for a goalie, don't be afraid to give them a shout out either, because they're both very solid goalies, and they deserve a chance too. So, but like with this segment, obviously, like goalies are the backbone, especially when we're talking about men's league. Goalies are the backbone of Rusty, because we played in Hollydale. We won't name the team. We played in Hollydale, and they had some good players on the team.
They had some great players on the team,
but the goalie didn't know how to go into butterfly
at all.
So like, no matter how good you play in front of them, it's like anybody crossing that blue line, everybody's kind of clenching their eyes and clenching their asses, and you're just kind of like hoping for the best. So if you don't have a stout goalie back there, it's a tough day to be a beer league hockey player. Go ahead, producer Spidey.
Oh yeah, well, producer Spidey, we're about 40 minutes in, and by the way, once again, for just joining us, you already missed an incredible episode. We got the captain himself here. All rise for the captain, John Hooverman, Corn Stars Hockey Club. Make sure you scan that QR code up there towards the left. I see you looking at it. Damn it, I see you looking at it. Give it a scan. I bet they're about 9 followers away from 500. Let's get them to the 500. We're going to do a big giveaway. If somebody check that Instagram. Scan
I'm
that
doing
QR
it right now
code.
for you, Frankie.
Yeah, well, we got a couple people in here. Give them a follow. I'm telling you right now, this giveaway is almost like a $600 value, and we're giving it away right here. Okay, you don't want to miss out on this.
Right here.
Okay, let's get them.
Do you want to go into some comments before we?
We're gonna do a break.
I was gonna say,
before we get
do we
into
want some comments before breaks, or are we doing break then comments?
what do we want to do? Oh, there's a couple comments. Oh yeah, we got a couple comments in here.
Yeah,
Let's
they're
jump in. Tom OC, Captain makes me rise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Them smelling salts, OC. Them smelling salts, baby.
Absolutely. We got Chris Davidson. Left got a hat trick in gold. Just saying. Absolutely.
So by those stats, he should.
I believe that this was for Hooverman's dog. The one and only
Probably.
Brian Santora.
Oh, Daddy Santora. You better be playing this.
Daddy Sandman.
Daddy Santora has been busy. He's got to get the Timberwolves registered. He's finding all these teams for BLPA. By the way, do a quick plug for it. Brian Santora is putting together some, doing some assistance with the BLPA. He's filling some teams for some different spots. Reach out to him if anybody's interested. But I don't have too much information on it yet. I'm going to probably plug it more on Chirping Pucks. But reach out to him. But if you reach out to him, make sure he has the Timberwolves registered. All right, make sure he check with me. Check with me. Thanks for checking in, Santora. Scan that QR code, and that's all I got. You guys will take a break. We'll take a minute break, and we'll come back. All right, we're gonna take a minute break. This is the Two Brothers One Puck podcast. We're here with John Hooverman, captain of the Corn Stars. Make sure you scan that QR code up there on the left. We'll be right back in for a 1 minute break here, and then we're gonna get into to the rest of the show. All right, and we are back from break. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Producer Frankie here. Don't forget to scan that QR code. I'm gonna bother you about it. Okay, and 9 followers. It's not that hard to scan the QR code, people. Let's get them to 500. If you scan the QR code, you give them a follow. Put it in the comments. We got a good giveaway. We're gonna give away. We are about 43 minutes in. We're gonna start the transition out of the show and our final topics. We're gonna get Nick and Justin Davidson back in here, the host and co-host of the Two Brothers One Big podcast, and of course the one and only All Right for the captain. And
All right. Thanks for that, Frankie.
I thought I did pretty good on that.
Make sure we get that.
I feel like that was pretty good.
That was very, very good.
That was one of your better ones, Frankie. Pretty good.
Good segue.
Yeah, good segue. Yeah, the Corn Stars are 9 away from their followers on Instagram, 500.
Get 'em there.
Also, I mean, since you guys are here, if Two Brothers One Puck podcast is actually, I believe, only 4 followers away from 300.
Hey,
So with
get
this being our 12th episode,
Get
like
us there.
that would be cool to get to 300. You know, we're trying to hit some milestones before we start the season. And without further ado, well, before we get into this, because I see we're already at the. I don't think we did we do the.
I don't
think we did the spotlight.
We can touch on this one. Real quick. More breaking news. Justin, I'm gonna be having you come on Chirping Pucks. I got a special show. I had a couple of conversations today with some people, and we're doing the first ever All-Star Chirping Puck show. We got Justin Davidson coming on. We got the MVP of the entire league coming on from the Thundercats. I talked to Aiden, their goalie, today. He's gonna be coming on as well. So we're gonna have an all-star MVP show. So I just want to make that mention real quick. That will get scheduled. Don't worry about that. We're gonna have you come on so we can really talk about the MVP spotlight so we don't,
Sounds
hey, Justin's boner bigger than what it
Yeah,
already is.
I mean,
Doesn't he have a sponsor read he has to read soon for JD Pool and Spas, by the way? Let's do that sponsor read real quick. We'll get into the Corn Star Corner. So this is your favorite part of the show. Why don't you hit us with a sponsor read real quick?
Oh, I'm doing Kim Bancroft today? Well, that makes me very happy.
One-on-one.
This break
It's
the break
1-1.
was brought to you by
what do you mean? That's
he
the one you
wants
have
me
up.
to do
Oh,
JD
Spidey's
Pool and
swinging his
Spas.
webs on the wrong
the one you-
friggin' promos there,
Where's
man.
JD Pool and Spas?
This is look, it's brought to you by JD Pool and Spas. Obviously, the spring and summer is on the way, so we'll get to. Give me a second here. We're getting this. There we go. Corn Star Corner, brought to you by JD Pool and Spas. Looking to get that pool or hot tub ready for the summer? Call our good friend JD to handle all your wet dreams and make them a reality. As always, spring and summer's around the corner, boys and girls. We know you want that hot tub, pool, jacuzzi, any aquatic holder, I guess. I don't know. Give him a
Fucking
call.
ponds.
Yeah, ponds.
I bet he does
koi fish.
ponds. He looks
whatever.
like he's a pond.
You know what? Put the other one back up there, Nick, because Frankie's going to give me a second here. Now, put Miss Bancroft back up there because
she deserves it.
she deserves her shout out as well. And I'm going to say the break was brought to you by Kim Bancroft, real estate agent in PA. Check out the Chirping Pucks Media website under sponsors for all their information. So thank you, Miss Kim Bancroft. All right?
Jesus Christ, Frankie. Like, poor Kim. She worked hard for that fucking plug, you asshole. Anyway, back to what the fuck I was saying.
Oh, sorry, boy. Sorry.
This is where Justin just kind of gets back and wears tiara and smile like the pretty princess he is this season. Yeah, I mean, look, let's call it what it is. As his brother, of course, the competition's always live and well, but it was great to watch him like succeed and do well. Even being a part of it in ways, getting an assist on some of the goals. That's always an exciting thing. But I mean, obviously we touched on like trying to get away from the dependency, but I mean, without glazing him up too much, because those who know Justin, it doesn't take much to inflate that little fucking head of his. A lot without his contributions, where do the Corn Stars land? In the winter fall season. And trust me, it doesn't pain anybody more to say that than me. I'm a big. I was raised, my dad. He doesn't get into this stuff, but if he was on here, he'd agree with this. I was raised that there's no such thing as one guy winning it for the whole team. There's no such thing as dependent on one guy. But if we did have to depend on somebody, I will say Justin was somebody that we depended on a lot. Wait.
Absolutely.
Before we get into Glazing, we'll see what Santor is saying. I got to play full time. My goaltending career has gone to free agency. That's right. He is teamless right now.
Let go.
2 Bulldogs.
Yeah, there's no Bulldogs. There's no Bulldogs.
I thought he was.
Oh, well.
Didn't he say something about a retirement, or was that a pseudo retirement?
I've done it so many times,
too quick.
I've done it so many times.
For that season, maybe.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Well, either way, like I'll just be happy to see Santor on the ice again and not in stripes.
In any capacity.
Because let's be honest with you, like I feel like he makes it such a point that he's not on our side that like it's almost like he's calling more penalties on us just to prove to everybody else that he's not on our side. To the point where he's like, "Hey guys, expect 1 or 2 tonight." It's like what if there's none? What if there are no infractions? Penalties?
I mean, he doesn't call that penalty where you whiff out a puck and then the guy just happens to from the wind of you said whiffing that puck falls on the ice, you get a triple penalty for it. He doesn't call shit like that. However, I mean that's old news. I won't bring up old stuff. That's old news. But nah.
Well, one more comment.
God damn it, Santora.
He said Justin is so funny to ref. He yells up at me.
God damn it, Santora.
Justin, I think he's saying that you're small, man.
Everybody says that I'm small. It's not.
Santor just came at you. Santor just came at you. He said you're short.
Sorry about that. I keep telling him to get the hell out of here.
Nah, but all jokes aside, all small jokes aside, I mean the performance wasn't small. He had a great season. I want to get whose take on it for a second. but I will say, I mean, like, there's a lot of humming and hawing about like, oh, well, maybe he should be moved up because if he's having a season like this in Rusty Plus, I say, like there's a lot of teams where like they had made a pretty good effort to keep him out of the game. It's just sometimes it's a little more to his tenacity and I feel like his skill set works against a lot of people's skill set in the Rusty division, but that doesn't mean that he's leaps and bounds above the people we're playing with. He just kind of has a knack that people aren't used to. I mean, you don't get a lot of small guys who can pull the puck through you rather than just straight up going around you all the time.
Right.
So I mean, and like, look, some guys make adjustments, but where a little bit of his downside is obviously like his size. And I mean, we know contact isn't allowed in this league, but realistically, everyone has the same right to the ice. So if they play him a certain way, there is a way to stop him in the Rusty division. So all the humming and hawing about him moving up, I'm sure Frankie probably has a take on that. But before we get to Frankie's take, I want to hear Hoove's take on Justin's season. Obviously, as the Cornstar captain and not his brother, it'll probably be a less biased opinion.
Nah, I mean, Justin, you had a great season. If it wasn't for you, who knows if we even make it to the 3rd seed, let alone to the playoffs. You came in clutch. There ain't really much more you could say to that. Not to blow your head up like Sidney Crosby over there or anything. But,
the old Crosby.
But no, you had a great season. And yeah, like you said earlier off the pod, you started off slow and then you just turned it on. I mean, actions are louder than words, my man, and you proved it as being Rusty Plus MVP. And as far as the whole moving up bullshit, if he has to move up, then like a quarter of Rusty Plus has to move up. So if that battle wants to get started, I'll be fighting all day for that. So,
well, that's a good feeling knowing you got a captain that'll go to bat for you. And I'm in a position too where, as his brother, and like this is something we wanted to do together in an endeavor. Like if they force him up, like don't get me wrong, I'll still be on the Rusty Plus Corn Stars. But then there's a little bit of fire under my ass to now I have to play up to another division just so that I can stay with my brother because they're not going to let him play in the Rusty. Whereas like there's plenty of players that they can hand pick and move up that would fall in the same categories, Justin. Oh, hello.
Alerting.
Yeah, I think.
Go ahead, Frankie. What's your
dogs?
Yeah, I'll give a quick take because I do think it's a good conversation as an outside bias and has seen where the division started and to where it is now. I mean, Hoove, I result back to you because you and I have been playing in the division the longest. I don't think I've ever seen a performance like the one that Justin's put on. It's absolutely was incredible. I mean, I'm trying to think of who was even close at that point. It might have been when Santora at the top for a little bit. And he was up there for a little bit.
That one summer, Santora was up towards there. Yeah.
Well, that was when me and him were having the Santora, Frankie versus Santora point streak. And I remember I was all mic'd up. Just a side note.
Yeah.
I was mic'd up and I hear him from the bench. Don't you fucking think about it, Frankie? I was getting ready to get a couple points from the ref, and he called me. One of my favorite makeup videos. But I mean, an incredible season. I mean, the guy who won the MVP had the same amount of points as you did, so it's pretty remarkable to see what you were able to do. Now, with that being said, I would love to see you in bronze at some point for the simple fact of I love to see what you can contribute up there. This isn't a jab or anything like that. I mean, you're a talented player. I'd love to see you take it to that next level at some point. But yeah, we'll be doing the tournaments that we play and they're pretty competitive and stuff like that. I definitely think it will help you and mentally because you see the beating you take, dude, because people can't keep up, so they're going to retaliate. And that's the one thing I definitely would take out of the game. We just dealt with that Narwhals game. With that being said, to kind of finish it up, I think you had an incredible season. I always look forward to playing with you. Look forward to seeing what the future holds in a couple seasons for you and for the boys. But yeah, I'd love to see what you could do up there, man, because it's I got a couple chances to play up there. I think that you got end up having a game up there and scored a goal in your first game up there. It's another level, and it's definitely 2 steps different than what the Rusty division is. That being said, my hot take is you guys would have won the championship, and if you guys would have went pretty far last year. A little bit further. If you guys would have won the championship this year, I think that they would have tried to move them up. I really do. I think that they would probably try and move them up. And listen, there's guys on the Yeti that think that should probably move up. That's a lot of a bronze club. But I think because of the fact that the Corn Stars are having an incredible season, and unfortunately exiting out the first round, it's definitely probably keeping him here a little bit longer. And that's just the politics of the UHF. That's not even really about town, because you know how it could be something. It just comes out of nowhere. Next thing you know, players going. It's like, wait a second, this guy was just doing the same shit. And you still have players down there that shouldn't be there.
See, I think, not to cut you off, I think if we do win it all, I think Justin stays where he's at. He still doesn't go nowhere. With it, and that's the beauty of Rusty Plus. With us being Rusty Plus now, that saves it right there. Now, if this was regular Rusty, Justin would have got kicked out 10 games.
He might have already been gone.
He wouldn't have finished the season. But excuse me. But since it's Rusty Plus now, and you know, they really only took out the guys who the last few games who were really very good. Which I don't want to bring this up, like, you know, that player, that player takes over a game that we play, which screws us in the standings, then plays for another team in the playoffs, and then gets kicked. And then, you know, that gets reversed, and that Yetis are in the ship. So,
and you guys are in second place. And we talked about that too. If I could just touch on the final part of what you guys are about to say, because I just, I shot the photos for Moonshine Thundercats. Shout out to the Thundercats and win the championship. I mean, Joey's playing for that. I mean, with all due respect, he has integrity for the sport. I don't even know why he would want to come down here and play in Rusty. I mean, you know what you're looking for, dude. And with all due respect, we're tough sons of bitches in the Rusty division. We're not going to have you walking around and running around. So, I don't know why he would want to come down the Rusty division. I guess beef up his game, because he's a great player. I mean, he just won a championship for Bronze Plus. So I don't know why he was even down there to begin with. I don't know why he would want to be down here to begin with. And if he's ever listened to the show, I'd like to have you on when I have the Thundercats on and have a little conversation with Joey Caputa. Like the guy, but I definitely question his integrity with the sport with doing that. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, go ahead, Justin.
I mean, so I as I said before, and I'm never really going to change this, I'm not opposed to moving up to bronze. I understand that, I might have a slight step on a couple people. I might have, maybe bad hands, whatever it is. But at the end of the day, that's all I really have. There are definitely different facets of the game that you could play that will, shut me down, as Nick said. We don't play contact hockey, but we all know the contact is there, and that's actually how the Moose played me, and they played it. They played it rough at first, but again, it was some great hockey at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, again, I don't mind moving up to Rusty or to bronze, but again, I want to stay. I'm a corn star, man, and to points, there are definitely tons of other people in the league that can be bunched in with me, and I don't want to call anybody out. I'm not saying that I'm calling these people out, but there are about 6 people. I think both the DiFrancesco brothers are just as good as I am. We all know how we feel about Zig. Zig is definitely a top player. Absolutely, man. The Moose have a couple of defensemen that are very stout. Obviously, we bring up Aiden Ziegler. His play this season is phenomenal. You got some players that are definitely up with me. 100%. So
and I just want to say one thing, Justin. I don't want you to take this as I was coming at you whatsoever. I think you're an incredible, talented player. I'd love to see you be able to be pushed to that limit. You don't owe anybody an explanation. When the league says it's time to go, they will or they won't. And I don't think that they will. I would more or less give my take, but keep playing your game, dude. You have to. I mean, Hoove, I'll go back to you on this one. We all had to find ways to win when the Hastings effect went into effect. Like, we had to bring in players because he had these players on the team that were like, who the fuck are these guys? So like, it revamped the division into a pretty competitive division. And it's one of those things where the teams that are on the bottom, either if you don't know, now you know. You can't come. This is the Rusty division, Rusty Plus division. It ain't like it was back in the day. So teams that are like, oh, that's not fair. Hey, man, Get with the times. Go recruit. Go talk to the boys. Go, get some players in here, or you're just going to come in. You're going to pay. You're going to go 13 every game.
Well,
Right.
they recruit. Make sure you're
Absolutely.
recruiting within
Within the division.
within the division. Don't be going
Yeah.
out and recruiting, ex-college players and AAA players to be absolutely annihilating rusty teams.
And if you're that team,
I feel like he's the only one
I
that
was gonna
really.
say,
If there ever anybody else that brought in players that they shouldn't, like Stetler, like Steady would bring guys down for Bronze Plus, which I thought was absolute bullshit. But he's a fucking baby, so there's that. And it's incredible. Like we'll still bring in good-based players and like still complain. But Sean was really the only one that really always was known for it. But like, I mean, Cornstars never really did it. I mean, like I said, Graydon was an incredible player, but I thought McHugh was actually probably a little bit better. Just not skating.
McHugh got better the later he played, and I tell you what, like his skating and his shot got so much better. And he's got a laser.
Yeah, he's playing. He's playing
got
in June.
a laser now.
Shout out to you. Yeah, he's playing in June. He's playing for Sad Bros. So I'm looking forward to seeing him there. He brought a buddy of his who's doing his first ever tournament. So definitely excited about that. Yeah. Excited to see him. Excited to catch up with him. But you got to bring in players that like I said, Justin has a massive workload on his shoulders at this. Going into the season, we'll see what happens. Him, Chucky, a couple other ones. I mean, you look at the roster; it's like the top 4 guys are the ones that are contributing. So of course, if Justin can get himself a win and has to take over and score 2 goals, well, he's not going to sit back and pony up and just take an L because he's not putting the points in. He's putting the points in. He's saucing the biscuit, even if it is 4 goals. Hey, we need 4 goals. I'm not taking the L. I want a championship. Yeah, you have to be able to defend, and I'm looking forward to June and being able to have that opportunity to go up against them. It's going to be a good time. But my final take for the show is, and once again, scan that QR code. I'm not going to tell you this again. Cornstars Hockey Instagram. Let's go.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to next season. Whether it's from a subbing standpoint, obviously you guys know I want to come back full time. Wherever it may be, we'll have conversations at that point. But it's gonna be a good one. I'm pumped up for you guys again going into this year, and I'm looking forward to seeing the new additions and we're just you guys getting back out there to do battle. It's kind of my take.
Yeah.
And once again, congratulations to Justin and it's a cool award. It's a cool thing, man. It's cool. You got an incredible season, dude. You lit it up. You lit it up. Even if you didn't pass me the puck ever.
I'm glad this year they did a Rusty Plus MVP, not just a
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. Thank you, I appreciate it. But no, Frankie, if I'm just going to recall one thing before we end the podcast. Didn't I hit you dead center in front of the net on the threes game we just played? And I mean, dead center, all alone, no one around.
I had
further and say that all 3 of us were on the ice, and it started with me to you.
Yep.
And then you to Frankie right out front.
And I raced it. Sauce got past me, and I spun it up front. Right on Frankie's stick, and he muffined it at the goalie.
And then you hit him right in the chest with the.
I'm also easing back in. I don't want to hear that shit. I'm easing back in.
No excuses, Frankie. No excuses, Frankie. A muffin's a fucking muffin. No excuses.
I got excuses. Okay. Listen, I had a couple of good games with the Yetis. I had a nice hat trick my first game back. We're easing back in, boys. All right. Listen.
Conveniently, easing is for bitches there, Frankie. Easing is for bitches. Step it up. Let's go.
Right,
this easing and bullshit.
Easing it.
With that being said, I mean, like running it back. Look, we said it last season. I still feel it this way this season. It's fucking chip or bust. I don't give a fuck.
It's chip or bust. No, this season, 1,000% is chip or bust. And if we don't win the chip, I don't ever want to hear anybody ever say I don't belong in Rusty Plus.
Yeah, I mean, because let's be honest, we got some additions we're excited about. We got like I said, we got some people coming back that we're also excited about. But ultimately, even with the core that we had last season, I still feel confident that we're running it back and we're going to be right up there in the top 3. If not, we'll be right on. I think we'll be in first place by the end of the season. That's my hot take. My hot take is that I think it'll be like come down to the last 3 games, but I think it'll be a reverse of this season where the last 3 games we button down and we handle business. Like that's what I think this season. But enough about what we think because we are mere just henchmen. What does the captain think for the next season coming up? Like, what's your take on how what do you think we're going to be when it's all said and done next season?
Well, we got some good couple additions. Graydon is back. You know, he's coming back to the Corner Stars. He's a solid player. We have Rickards coming back.
Oh, nice.
So I think there's a couple other guys too. I can't think off the top of my head that are going to be playing with us. And the only issue this year would be is when Leedsy goes to basic. You know, then we'll have to figure out what the fuck's going on. But other than that, we keep playing like we did in the playoffs and towards the end. You know, we had that. You know, we started off good, had a little bit of a meltdown, then picked it back up again. If we play like that, like we did the end of the year to get in the playoffs and climb the standings like we did, we ain't gonna have a problem. So, I don't want to come out and say we're number one. We're number one. Obviously, Yetis are number one. We got to catch them. So, I think we'll have something coming for them. That's for sure.
Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, the saying is, if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. And we are the only ones in recent history who have beat.
I was just going to say that. I will say that in the last 2 years, we're the only team to beat them. So it's there.
Damn straight.
Let's go.
I think for their game, I'm going to call ESPN 8 to Ocho and get that on primetime.
Ocho.
Dude, that would be a primetime position. Hell yeah. I dropped the gloves. If the Ocho's there, I'm dropping the gloves. I don't know.
Bold move there, Cotton.
Yeah, that's a bold move right there. It's a bold move. But with that, I mean, we're going to start transitioning out of the show. But before we do, I just want to start with saying, obviously, Hoove, you're a busy man. We appreciate you taking time out of your day to come join the boys on the podcast. We mentioned it early on. This podcast probably doesn't happen without Hoove because, it really stemmed around the Corn Stars and wanting to talk about what the Corn Stars got going on. I mean, like we talked about how great of a team that these guys are and what a great locker room we have. And I think if not through our podcast, through, social media as well on the Instagram page, we'll try to be more active and really kind of give you guys a taste of the Corn Star personality. But it was really nice having you on here tonight. We really do appreciate your time.
It was a long time coming, for sure.
Absolutely.
Anytime, fellas. Glad to do it.
We love the Hoove. Absolutely incredible guy, dude. I mean, just for my final thought, dude. I mean, you're one of my guys. I love you, brother. From the first days we used to battle to you being in the Cancer Warriors tournament with me. I mean, you're one of my guys. And I'm happy for you. Just with the success of the team, where it's went, where it's going, where it started. But I will say, damn, there was nothing like them Dexter days, brother. And I'm going to end it on that one. Just to leave that little seed there. Two Brothers, One Point Podcast. Make sure you continue to follow the Instagrams. We'll run it until 500. Let's just get to 500. It's 9 followers, people. We got a big giveaway we're trying to give away. Brian Santora checks in. Hoove, we need a cup for the newbies.
That's right. Santora was on that Dexter team. Yep.
Yeah, I'll be there to watch your tiny back this season, Justin. That's a good guy to have watching the back. He loves the little tango over there.
Now I just have to find a way to buy. I want one of his player sticks. He has the flat toe. I want that flat toe stick so bad. Santora, reach out to me. I'm going to buy one of them sticks off you or work a deal. Help me out.
Well, you said work a deal. It's not like he's going to trade you. Fucking use your stick.
No, but maybe his kids could.
Use it as a fucking toothpick. His kids could.
I fucked up there.
Justin, if you were left-handed, I could just give you one of my son's sticks because you guys are about the same height. But
that's the MVP you're talking to up there. Show some respect. That's going to do it for us, guys.
I need my chocolate milk.
Two Brothers, One Puck Podcast. Another great episode. Make sure you follow on Spotify. All the episodes are up there. We'll really get those listens up a little bit there. Check us out on Spotify as well. We always love our live show. Thanks for everybody in the comments today. Brian Santora, always appreciate you. That's going to do it for us. Make sure you follow Chirp Pucks Media on social media this Wednesday. We have a good show coming up. Our buddy Richard Mack coming on to talk about a charity game that has coming up. We just recently did an interview with a Zamboni driver. This week we're doing a pro shop guy. Guy runs a pro shop. Let's put him in our back pocket, boys, down at Oaks. So we're going to be talking about him and also a big charity game that he has coming up on April 11th. So follow Chirping Pucks, follow 2 Bars 1 Puck podcast. Hoove, always appreciate you, Davidson boys. There's nothing like you guys, and we will see you guys all next week.
See you, fellas.